ebigambo ebigiro makulu mangi agarukwera ko gahandikirwe Yohana. Uwe yabagarukamu ati akasumi kayikire omwana w'omuntu anyumizibwe. Mazima ko nimbagambira nti akajuma k'engano obukatagwa mu itaka kakafa kayikara konka, baitu kakuba kafa kaana ebyana bingi. Weena anyakugonza obwomeezi bw'omunsi munu abuferwa, baitu anyakunoba obwomeezi bwe nuwe alikara nabwe okwika obwomeezi obutahwaho. Weena anyakumpeereza asemeire kunkuratira, kandi nyowe nambere ndi n'omuheereza wange nuho aliba. Weena anyakumpeereza ise nyowe alimuha ekitiinisa. Hati omutima gwange gutuntwire, kandi ndagamba ki? Taata onjune, akasumi kano kaleke kumpikaho. Nangwa habwokuba ekyandeesire nuko kwikwaho akasumi kano. Taata nyumizibwa omukasumi ako iraka lyaruga omu iguru niligamba liti nkanyumizibwa ira kandi ndigaruka okunyumizibwa. Ganu makuru marungi ga Mukama.
The Right Honorable Deputy Speaker of the Parliament of Uganda, and all you distinguished members of this congregation, my fellow priests and members of the clergy, religious men and women, all you distinguished pilgrims from every part of Uganda and abroad, I would like that we all join our hearts and minds in thanksgiving to God, who loved our country so much and gave us the wonderful gifts of the martyrs Charles Lwanga and his companions, whom we celebrate today. We are gathered at Namugongo, the holy land that received the precious blood of the martyrs. The martyrdom which we are here at Namugongo to celebrate is surely God's gift. When you think about the fact that Christianity or the Christian faith was introduced here in Uganda in 1877 for the Protestant, by the Protestant missionaries, and 1879 by the Catholic missionaries, the White Fathers. And after 7 years, the new Christians were convinced enough to stand all forms of torture, to be cut to pieces, and to be burnt for their faith. You will realize that this was more than a human heroic act, but God's work. How can you die for the faith that has just been taught for 7 years? With the blood of the martyrs, God was watering and giving fertility to the seed of faith which had been planted in our land by the missionaries. The faith that we bear and celebrate today is a fruit of that seed which was brought by Mapera and his companions, the seed which was planted by God himself and which was watered by the blood of Charles Lwanga and his companions. This is why God deserves our praise and thanksgiving. To him be the glory and the honor and the praise forever. Let us give God a mightier hand clap. There was once a man called Tertullian who was born in Carthage in Tunisia about 150 years after Christ, who said that the blood of the martyrs is the seed of Christianity. Tertullian said this after seeing the increasing number of Christians in spite of the hostile persecutions in the Roman Empire at the time. I think if Kabaka Mwanga were to rise from his tomb today and saw how many Christians there are in his kingdom and in the whole country, he would immediately convert into Christianity. The martyrs reflect the courage and heroism of the Lord. The Lord himself, who offered his life to die on the cross for the people he loved. As the Lord was pushed by love to die for us, so also the gallant martyrs of Uganda were convicted by the love of Christ to return that love and die for him. There is no greater honor for a Christian than martyrdom. There is no greater honor for Christianity or for a Christian than being a martyr. So the Charles Lwanga and his companions whom we celebrate here at Namugongo have attained that highest honor, to be martyrs of Christ. It is no wonder that at the height of persecution in Rome, when John was given a glimpse of heaven, when he saw a huge number of martyrs who were in heaven, and he saw them as those who had washed their garments in the blood of the Lamb, singing before the throne of glory, as we read in the book of Revelations. So the martyrs that we celebrate today are in that mighty company in heaven. The martyrs of Uganda found themselves in the same situation like the apostles of Christ, as we have read or as we have heard in the Acts of the Apostles chapter 5 verse 27 to 33, when the apostles were ordered to stop preaching Christ and his resurrection, and Peter on behalf of them replied, "We must obey God rather than men." The martyrs made the same choice. Lwanga chose to disobey Mwanga and obey God. They chose to obey God even when it entailed death. When we see the glory that the Martyrs of Uganda have received, we see the fulfillment of what the Lord himself says in the gospel of today. Those who preserve their life will lose it, but those who give up their life will obtain it in abundance. The martyrs offered their life, and now they have it in abundance. Like Christ, they didn't die in vain. Dear friends, as we are here, we have some lessons to draw from the life of the martyrs of Uganda. One, we have always to be grateful to God for the gift of the martyrs, that we do not take it for granted. These martyrs are a gift to our country. They are a gift to us, and we thank God for it. Number two, we have to be grateful to God for the gift of faith. It is precious. The faith that we have is very precious. It cost the life of God's Son, and it was watered at a high cost of the blood of the martyrs, Charles Lwanga and his companions. Let us keep it, let us nurture it, and let us preserve our faith. It is precious. Parents, teach the faith to your children. Inspire them with your example. Give them this gift that God has given us, the gift of faith that we celebrate today. The third lesson that we learn from the martyrs is that we are often in situations when we must make a choice. Sometimes it involves a risk. There are those times when we must say, like the martyrs, because of my faith, this one, no. The martyrs and the apostles teach us not to fear, to put our heads and be counted for Christ who loved us and gave his life for us. As I said, there are some situations in our own time which require that we stand together like the Uganda martyrs and say no for the sake of our faith, for the sake of the gospel. The Uganda martyrs inspire us with their courage and boldness. If we come to Namugonga and celebrate this day and then go as we came, we shall have lost the point. Number 4, we should be a people of hope. Who knew that the church which was persecuted at its tender age could become as vibrant as we are today? Who knew it? And friends, who knew that the stress and the stressful time of the lockdown of 2 years of COVID-19 could be over and we return to our beloved Namugonga again to celebrate the martyrs of Uganda? I'm very sure that there are some people who have come to this pilgrimage with specific needs, who have come with their burdens that they want the Lord to relieve them. Yes, some might even be complex, stressful, or life-threatening. I'm not here to promise and prophesy miracles. but to assure you, be people of hope. Have faith and trust that we have the intercession of Charles Lwanga and his companions, and God never lets down those who trust in him. Abagonzibwa obutuli hano ntusiima Ruhanga bw'ekisembo kino eky'abakaiso, leka twijuke ebintu bino obutwizire hano ebituragenda nabyo tukataha nabyo obuturi hano. Ekyokubanza kwikaraga ntusiima Ruhanga habw'ekisembo ky'abakaiso bano abayatuhaire. Nutusemera kumusiima habw'okuba ekelezia yaitu ihanga lyaitu okwikiriza kuno okutwine Ruhanga akakusesirra esagama y'abakaiso nk'orwezo orukwikaraga rwana ebijuma. Ekyakabiri twine kwikara ntusiima Ruhanga habw'ekisembo ky'okwikiriza, kisembo kirungi muno. Okwikiriza nikwo kutujuna, okwikiriza kuno okutwina okuturikwesiimisa nk'abakristo kukagura esagama y'omwana wa Ruhanga, kwayongera kwaitirirwa orwezo rw'esagama y'abakaiso ba Uganda. Leka tulinde okwikiriza kwaitu, leka tukwegesa abaana, leka tukurorere nikwo kwikale nikugenda mu maiso. Okwikiriza kwaitu kisembo tukakeebwa Ruhanga. Ekyakasatu turikwega mu kikaro kinu nikyo ngu haroho obwire omu bwomezi bwaitu obuturikwetagisa kucwamu. Abakaiso banu bakacwamu bagamba itwe nitwija kuhereza Ruhanga, tuturikuhurra muntu baitu nituhereza Ruhanga. Kandi eki nikyo n'abatumwa ba Kristo bakozire ngu kutulire omu isomo lya kiro kinu. Naitwe haroho obwire obundi obuturikwetagisibwa gamba habw'okwikiriza kwange kinu tindikwija kikora. Habwa Kristo nyowe omuhanda ogu nkwija kutoma nigwogo. Abakaiso nibatwegesa ngu ntusemerra okuba kimu nk'abantu ba Uganda nuko tusobole okurwanirra n'okutwara maiso okwikiriza kwaitu twijwire obumanzi n'amazima. Ekyakana ekiturikwega mu kikaro kino oturi hano tujaguze ekiro ky'abakaiso nuko kuba abantu abanyakwijwire okunihira. Kyamanywa agooha ngu ediini ya Kristo ekana ehiganizibwa ekyatandikire eti myaka nke muno, ekelezia egi ekana nehiganizibwa kuyimarwaho nekyatandika ekaba nesobora kukora tukatunga ekelezia kwingana hano mu Uganda n'amaani gayo. Ruhanga ahaizuru. Eki nikitwegesa ngu nitusemerra kwa abantu abanyakwijwire okunihira notwesanga nambe hali okugumirirwa notwesanga ebintu bitaragenda kurungi ekintu ekitasemire kulekera nuko kunihira kwaitu. Noha akaba nakimanya ngu hanyuma y'emyaka 2 tutarikwija hano na mugongo n'amakelezia gakingirwe habwa COVID-19 ngu hati ntusobora garuka tutuli mbwenyi na mugongo yitu hano okaisa Ruhanga. Bagenzi bange leka twikale twijire okunihira. Ninkimanya bayingi abanyakwizire mu kikaro kino abanyakozirorera amaguru no bayine ebyetaago byabo byembaganize baise ebaletire Mukama omukuramaga kuno. Ebindi bigumire, ebindi nibisasa muno, ebindi obundi nibitinisa baitegiona migugu twizire giye twekere gihereza Ruhanga hano na mugongo. Ninyenda kwantize kintu kimu tindikwenda kurangira bya mahano baitu ninyenda kwanhiza nti muikali mwino okunihira Ruhanga hali byona nibisoboka. kandi twine n'obutonganirizi obw'abakaiso banabakutusabira Ruhanga nahure sara zaitu kandi ahure n'abatonganirizi abakwinganaho abakutusabira butosa Ruhanga talekera abo abamwesiga. Reka tusaba Mukama tukonyere kwika tulibanta wajire okunihira tulindo kwikiriza kwaitu kandi twareke okuroraho ky'abakaiso ba Uganda. Mukama abe nainyu.
Butebo